Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another live session with me, Patrick, here at the PTE Training Services in Perth. Okay, hopefully everyone is having a great Wednesday afternoon. It's already winter and it's pretty chilly, so that's why I have the sweater today. And yeah, so if you have noticed, I have someone with me again today. One of my students, Bhavika. Okay, so how are you, Bhavika? Okay, great to have you again. Okay, so today we're going to have another Q&A session. If you remember from the past few weeks, we had one as well with one of my students, 𝐂𝐎𝐿. So the same thing with Bhavika, and I prefer this one more because I like talking with other people than having it one-on-one. So it's great to have you today with me.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so very lovely to have you guys in here. And again, just to emphasize, you can also have the same session like Bhavika and 𝐂𝐎𝐿. Just contact our office and specifically ask for Sandy. So I'm more than willing to accommodate you guys. I'm going to be more happy to do that than speaking alone. So yes, if you want to have the same session as these guys, as all the females from before, please contact our office. And before we begin, I'd like to congratulate the people who passed from our program, PTE, 𝐂𝐎𝐿, Kumar, Jane, Harith, and Sukhpreet. So these guys have recently got disclosed in the past 2 weeks. So congratulations to you guys. Great work to everyone. Keep up, and hopefully the progress starts from here. So everyone else, you're gonna have your names shouted out as well, as long as you keep practicing. But those 5 guys, congratulations on getting your desired scores. So well done, and you deserve it for all the hard work you made in reviewing. Okay, so great. So today, Bhavika has to ask me some particular questions when it comes to topics such as writing and reading as well, because Bhavika is already pretty good at speaking, which is excellent in a way, but she needs 79, so that she needs to improve a bit more in these subtests. Okay, so we're going to go through each question that Bhavika has, and hopefully you guys also learn something from these questions. So yeah, so Bhavika, what do you want to ask first? So give the question to me.
First,
Right.
writing.
So
I'm
writing.
fine with the essay, but just the tricky one I find is summarized written text.
Alright.
I don't know, I understand the text, but I can't put that through the template, so I need to
I
know
see.
how do I fit that summary in the template.
Alright, okay, so for summarized written text, I can personally attest to that. So even though the summarized written text is a bit short, I think it's going to be a bit more confusing to some people, because you need to stick with the content, yeah? So I always mention 3 things to people during the summarized written text. So yes, having the template makes this one easy, but the best thing that you need to follow is having the complete details. So what makes a summary to begin with, okay? So of course, a summary should have some details from the start, the middle, and from the end, okay? Because you can't have a summary with only details from the end or only details from the beginning. So by definition, a summary should be comprehensive and have everything from the text, okay? So your template should be fitting enough to make something with details from those 3 points. So yes, have something from the start, the middle, and from the end. If you only have 2 things, that might not be a good enough summary. And based on your performance from a while ago, I think you missed one detail, which is in the end.
Yes, I missed the middle part.
Yes.
Yes.
Bhavika has a good template and good details as well, but she doesn't have too much on the content department, because she was writing short of 30 words, yeah? So in summarized written text, you're allowed to write from 5 to 75. So yes, only writing at least 20 words is not enough for a summary.
That's what I did.
That's not going to be too comprehensive, so I suggest that you try to have at least 30 to 40 words. So it's not too long, but it's long enough to be able to be completing all the points. So yes, one trick is also the word count. So try to make something for at least 30 to 40, 45 if you feel eager to write. But yeah, it shouldn't be too short, because if you limit yourself with the word count, you won't be able to have every detail in the summary.
Yes.
So yes, your template should be fitting the intro, the topic itself, one from the start, the middle, and from the end. So just extend your template, Bhavika, because you got a good template. It's just a bit too short.
Yes.
So maybe just add one more statement, and that's going to be more than enough. Okay?
Alright.
So all good with summarized written text? Yes, so any other questions?
No, that's all from writing.
Alright.
I was okay with the essay. Next, I would like to ask about reading, filling the blanks.
So reading, Everyone always asks these things. Okay, so what about fill in the blanks, Bhavika?
Filling the blanks, I find hard. It feels like multiple options are correct for that particular filling the blank.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I don't know why. I can't differentiate
Yeah, so
which one's good
that's
enough.
the thing for fill in the blanks. Everything's gonna make sense. I know. So just to give you a brief background, fill in the blanks is the most important. Those two fill in the blanks questions are the most important in PTE because those things alone give you 20 to 25 points. So yes, you would get at least 40 points from those two things. And if you need 79, you need to get excellent marks in that one. But yeah, so if you want to verify things about how to determine if it's making sense, I always have 3 quick checks when it comes to fill in the blanks, Bhavika, okay? So the first thing is, of course, it should be grammatically correct, grammar. So that should be grammar. So yes, of course, the correct response would be grammatically correct. So please check for things such as the tense, okay? Check the tense and check also the subject-verb agreement, if it's plural or singular, yeah? But you need to be good at grammar to know this one. So what I usually tell people is check the words before and after the blank, because that will dictate if the word should be in past tense, or should be singular, or should be with no S or with an S. So yes, please check the words before and after. Check words before and after the blank. So yeah, that's one thing, grammar, okay? But the problem comes when you start doing fill in the blanks reading and writing, because most of them would be grammatically correct.
Correct,
yeah.
yes.
They're all going to make sense to you grammatically. So now you need to rely on the second thing, which I always talk about in class, which I say about logic, the logic part, okay? So when we talk about the logic part, so yeah, in fill in the blanks, reading and writing, you will have statements that always make sense.
Yes.
Grammatically.
That's a drop-down method.
Yeah, that's
isn't
a
it?
drop-down.
Oh,
So grammatically, they would be correct. But the important thing is one would fit the narrative of the sentence. So you need to actually read the entire thing. So that's important in fill in the blank. So read the whole paragraph so that you would understand the context. Because it's impossible to determine the correct response if you don't read it. Yes. So you need to read the whole sentence, the whole paragraph, because you need to find connectivity between all the statements. And that's the thing. You need to know, of course, yeah, you need to come to the test prepared. So that's why you need to read and find the definitions, honestly, Bhavika, definitions of words. Because you've seen the test, yeah? You would see words that you've never seen before.
No.
So yeah, so how would you know the definitions?
Just read the entire.
Yeah, so that could be the thing. You could read context clues, but usually some statements are really obscure. You really have no idea what these words mean. And if you just keep reading it again and again, it's not going to make sense to you. So I need you guys, okay, not only Bhavika, but you guys to come to the test prepared. So how do you do that? Improve your definitions, improve your vocab. You should know a lot of words, because even I myself, I already got 90 in PTE, yeah? I'm not bragging, I already got 90, but I still find some words surprising. Because I've been doing some mock tests here as well. We also have some comprehensive mock tests here in Apiro, and from what I've checked from most people, even I find those statements hard. And I already took the test before. So just to be sure, stack up all the words that you might find difficult, read dictionaries, yeah, read dictionaries.
I have that particular app on my mobile. If I come across the word,
yeah, you need to check the definition. Yeah, that's great. So you guys also use technology. Don't just use your phones to browse social media. Use it also to find outlets to improve your reading. Because honestly, reading is the hardest thing for most people. Because you won't learn all of these words in one day. You need constant practice and exposure to reading. So yeah, so 3 things. So that's grammar, logic, and the last one is sound. So sound. So just the rule of thumb for all of you English speakers here is that if it doesn't sound right, it probably is incorrect. But that is just a last resort, Bhavika. So if you try reading it to yourself, if it's not making sense, it probably is wrong. But this is going to be very subjective, because you probably think that it's correct, but it's not. So this is a last resort, yeah? Because again, you don't have unlimited time to do this one.
No.
You only have 30 minutes more or less to do every reading task, so that you need to manage your time properly. So you always should rely on the first 2 things, grammar and logic. So again, should be grammatically correct and should be making sense when it comes to the narrative of the text. I know it's hard, you won't get overnight, these things take time, but yeah, those 2 things. And of course, if you want to improve reading, my tip for you, and you Read, yes, no
Yes,
shortcuts.
read a
You
lot.
need to read.
Read a lot.
So not novels, not long things, but you need to have something coming into your mind daily so that you see these words, how they're used. But yeah, no shortcuts for reading, as I've said before countless of times before with Anna. So yes, no shortcuts, Bhavika. Reading is the key in getting high points in reading. Okay, so great. So any further questions, Bhavika?
The second thing for reading is reorder paragraphs.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
no worries. Yeah, I had that one last week. So you guys always find that one difficult, yeah? So just to skim through what I say also in the test. So what is your exact question in reorder paragraphs?
Reorder paragraph. I can manage to find the topic sentence.
Yeah.
But I struggle arranging the later ones.
Oh, that's
I
a
can do the
problem, yeah.
conclusion, but just the middle ideas.
The middle ideas are always fine to connect. So yeah.
Yes.
And also with the pointing system of reorder paragraphs, if
Yeah.
you mess something up, everything would be 0. So you don't get 1 point if you got something correctly. You need to have 2 correct pieces. So if you mess something in the middle, that's enough to get you a 0.
0.
But the main tip for that one, okay, is find pronouns. Pronouns, definitely. So it, he, she, they, them, those things. Because if you want to find the links, you should find these pronouns. Because these pronouns dictate that something was said in the previous statement.
Oh, okay.
So if you saw something like it, you should find the previous part that uses it as a referral. So just for example, yeah? So let's say something says, Dr. Smith has been the founder of biotechnology in Australia. And then the next part should have he stated. So yeah. So that's always the trick in here, finding the pronouns. I know it's hard for some people. You won't get that immediately, but that's the secret. Pronouns. Because you can only use pronouns once you use the noun. And by logic, noun always comes before pronoun. So yeah, that's the key in here. And aside from that, also find the link between those 2 paragraphs. So I mean those 2 parts. If you can't find the common link, if there's no connectivity to the next one, it's not going to be the correct piece. So yes, pronouns and links.
I always think that I've got the connection,
I know.
but when
I
I look
know.
at the scores,
It's always the thing. You think that you got it right, but it's actually incorrect. So you need to find those 2 things, everyone. Pronouns and links. Honestly, this is the hardest test in my opinion. Even I struggle with this one. Okay? Even I struggle with the order paragraph. So, but that's it. No secrets. It's just pronouns and connectivity. And of course, read everything from top to bottom to check if it makes sense. Before you hit next, of course. Okay? So anything else that I could help you with, Bhavika?
that was all, Patrick.
Okay, so I think you also have some
It was really
stuff.
helpful.
Okay?
It was really helpful.
Alright, so I want to also recap some stuff for you from what I've checked from a while ago, yeah? Okay, so this is also going to apply to most people here. So Bhavika is pretty good already. She's a very excellent student, but the thing is, okay, I don't want to hurt your feelings, you're finishing too quickly. So that's the trick, everyone. Again, in PTE, some tests have the collective time. It means that if you do reading, you do every reading task in 30 minutes, okay? There's a specific time which happens in writing. You have 10 minutes for question, for summarized written text, and 20 minutes for the essay. So everyone should follow the timing itself, because if you've never done PTE before, you might find the timing to be problematic. You might be finishing everything too quickly, or you might be finishing everything too slowly. So it's very important in here, because when it comes to these subjective tests, especially the writing essay, okay, you need to check the grammar and spelling. And how do you do that? If you finish early. So always spend enough time to proofread everything. Because from what I've seen, people could always finish the tasks, but they don't have enough time to proofread it. So they end up getting low scores, because what they put was not correct when it comes to grammar and spelling. So please, you guys and Bhavika, you're finishing things quickly, okay? You're spending only 2.5 hours. You can maximize up to 3.
3.
So please spend all the time given to you proofreading everything, checking all the stuff that's given to you. Because again, just to be sure that you don't take it again, spend all the time. There's no extra points if you just finish in 2.5 hours. Yeah. So please, when PTE gives you all those timings, spend all the time necessary to get the correct scores. Don't be complacent. Always proofread. Always go back, even if you feel that it's easy. Even if you feel that you got it correctly the first time. If you have 3 minutes to do something, spend all those 3 minutes. So just to be sure, because everyone would feel that they're doing things properly, and then they get the scores. So yes, just to be sure, spend all the time given to you.
Given.
Okay.
Mhm.
So anything else that I could help you with today, Bhavika?
No, that was all. My main concern was about writing and reading.
So writing and
that's all
reading,
clear
yeah.
now.
So yeah.
Thanks to you.
Okay, so great work. Okay, so Bhavika already has great performance in reading. I mean, in speaking. So it's just
Speaking.
reading and writing for now. Yeah.
Yes.
So
definitely.
always a pleasure to help you, Bhavika. Yeah. So I think
Thank you.
Bhavika would have her test in
In 8 days, 7
in
days.
8 days. Okay. So
Mhm.
congratulations, Bhavika. Good luck. Okay?
Thank you. I
Congratulations
need
for
it.
attending
And
today.
from class as
Hopefully,
well.
I was able to help you today. yeah?
Yes, yes, that would
So
definitely.
in 8 days, you
be
still have
great.
enough
It
time.
was,
Yeah. But good luck in the test. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
So everyone, if you want to also have the same session with Bhavika, we're trying to make it a bit more interactive to you guys. Okay. So, as I always say this, I always prefer having you than speaking alone, because I could immediately know what the student needs and what you actually need to improve on. Because yes, when I talk alone, it's going to be very general. I'm just going to
Yes.
say random topics that I feel would be needed. But if you actually come here and I could see everything that you did, it's going to be as comprehensive as you need it to be.
Customized help.
Yes, definitely customized. It's going to be personalized in a way. So we're trying to get more people to come here. But if you also, again, want to have the same session, I'm more than welcome to accommodate you. So please contact our office, look for Sandy. Okay, I always prefer to have a person with me than spending the time alone, because I feel that I could actually make a difference. Because you give me everything that you need to be clarified, and I know exactly what to say. It's not going to be random again. It's going to be personalized like Bhavika. Okay. So again, everyone, I'm encouraging you, even my old students, or even my students right now who are currently in my lectures, to come here, have a private program with me, 30 minutes talking about what you need, and hopefully it helps you get the scores. So yes, so aside from that, anything else that I could help you with, Bhavika?
That
for the
was
last
all,
time?
Patrick.
Alright, so
That's it.
again, if you have any concerns, you know where to find me.
Yes.
Okay, you know where to find me. So hopefully, in 8 days, you finally get your scores. Yeah. So we're praying, fingers crossed. Okay. So we're doing everything that we can. But also, again, this is 50-50. So Bhavika, please practice everything. You still have enough
yes.
time. Yeah. Enough time.
I
That's
have
gonna be
enough time,
for
yes.
difference.
After having all those tips.
Yeah, that's gonna
I
be
should be able
more
to
than
do
enough
that.
time. Okay. You're gonna be fine. I have faith that you will get the scores next time. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So great. So thank you for having the time to meet me again, Bhavika.
Thanks, Patrick. Thanks
Great
for your
talking
time.
to you. Okay. So that's going to be it for our live session this Wednesday. Hope to see you guys again in the next live session. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you.